Hi and welcome to another PHP tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to show you two different functions, the HTML entities function and the strip tags function. Both of these functions are used to ensure that a user cannot enter HTML tags into a form and change the format of the page or run any other code. So when you have a text box or a text area and you allow the user to enter data and then submit that data, you need to make sure that they're not able to enter in any HTML tags that could change the structure of the web page that the data is displayed on, or ruin anything like that, unless you're wanting them to intentionally submit data that contains HTML tags. Okay, so what we'll do firstly is we'll create a form. So I've got a form.php file here. All right, and so what I'll do is I'll just add in the HTML tags, and we'll give this page a title as well. We'll just say HTML entities and strip tags. And I'll close off the head section of this page, and then in the body section we'll need to add a form. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll add a heading first. Say something like enter your name below. Close that heading off. And then what we'll do is add a form tag. We'll say form action equals, and then open close quotation marks, method equals get. Okay, then we'll just close off that form tag down here, and inside the form tag we'll add a paragraph. We'll ask for the user's name. We'll add input type equals text. Name equals name, because we're asking for the user's name. And then we'll add a button. We'll add a space. Input type equals submit. So we'll just have a submit button there to submit the data. Okay, and that's the end of the form. So pretty simple form. We're just asking for the user's name, that's all. Okay, and then what we'll also do is what we can say here is add some PHP. So what we can do here now is add some PHP code. Just make a little bit of room there. And so we'll add the PHP tag, and then we'll close that off there. And what we can do is firstly make sure that some data's been entered. So we can say if is set $_get name. All right, so we can say that. Let's check that it's set first, and then we can just say echo. We'll put this in brackets. $_get name. All right, so not much going on there. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to ask for the user to enter in their name. They're going to enter it into a text box and then click on submit. We're using the get method here, okay? And in the PHP code, we're checking that something has actually been entered into that text box, so it's not just left empty with no value. So we're using if set get name, and then we're just going to echo the name back to the user. Okay, so let's go and run that. We'll just refresh the page. All right, so enter your name below. Let's just enter Batman, submit, and there we go. We're displaying that back to the user. Now, let's do something a little bit differently. Let's add a tag and a HTML tag into this text box here. So we could say maybe we use the H1 size heading, and we can put Batman inside that tag and submit. And now it's actually being it's actually using the HTML tags, the H1 tags there, and it's actually going to turn that text into a heading. So you can see here, using the get method, at the end of the URL here, it's got name equals H1 Batman and then the closing H1 tag. Okay, but we could do even more than that. We could say H1 style equals, and we could do something like background color red, and then we could add in that text there in a heading, and then we could close the H1 tag and submit it. Now we're getting a red background. Now, that's not too malicious at the moment. It's not disastrous. We're not destroying the website, but we could do some pretty bad things with this form. So we could, if this form was then entering that data into a database and it was going to display on the page somewhere, we could completely ruin the structure of the page. Okay, so we could enter in a whole range of HTML tags, and we've got some styling in there as well. And so we could even change the background color of the entire page. We could change the way that text is displayed. We could change the font size, all the different colors, everything. So having the ability to use or enter HTML tags into a text box and then submit, and have the HTML tags treated as HTML tags and be used to format the page, that is obviously a little bit dangerous. So your users might go a little bit crazy if they find out that they can do that. So we want to protect our code, or protect our website or web app from the user being able to do that. Okay, so what we can go and do, and I'll just click on back there, just refresh the page. There we go. What we can go back and do is, there's two different things we can do. We can say at the beginning of this echo statement here, and we've got get name in brackets. So what we could do is say HTML entities. Okay, so HTML entities, and what that will do is just display the HTML tags as they are. Right, so now what we can do is try that again. We could try H1 heading, Batman H1. All right, now this time it's treated literally, so it's actually displaying the HTML tags, but it's not treating them as HTML tags, so it's not turning this into a large heading. All right, so that's using HTML entities. It displays the HTML tags as they are, all right, as just plain text. The other thing we can do is strip tags, so strip underscore tags. And what this will do is actually strip the HTML tags away, so it will remove them completely. All right, so let's just refresh that page. This time we'll say H1 Batman H1. So we're going to put the heading tag in there again and see what happens. And this time it just says Batman, so it stripped those two HTML heading tags. They're now gone. Okay, now we're just using this in an echo statement, but if you are storing this data into a variable, so maybe you create a variable called name, which is equal to get name, something like that, then you might want to put strip tags there, or HTML entities. So we can say strip underscore tags and then put that inside brackets there. So it's actually stored in this variable now, and this variable is used. Okay, so we could say echo name, just refresh this page, and we could say this time we'll use a p tag, so Batman, submit, and there we go, we've got the paragraph tags stripped there. Okay, so that's it for this tutorial. That's how to use the HTML entities and strip tags function to get rid of HTML tags from input data. Thanks for watching.